Hi, I'm Mackelvie Heath, and this is my second vlog for the Global Learning Project. For this project, I decided that I wanted to work with the people in the LBGT Resource Center, and the meeting that I went to this week was just a family dinner that they had over in Case Hall on St. Patrick's Day. So that was at like 6 p.m. and I showed up, and for like my participation, I decided that I was just gonna go there and get to meet some of the people that were in it and maybe talk to them a little bit about what their place was in their culture and in their community. So basically, I went there, I got some food, and I just sat down and kind of let people tell me whatever they were comfortable telling me. And the person that I sat next to was a transgender male named Charlie. So basically, he told me that he was born Ariana, female, and he is of like Middle Eastern descent. So he was basically telling me about like the struggles of coming out and how his conservative family was like really hard to like explain who he was and what it meant to be who he is. And basically, he was just telling me about the whole spectrum of what an LGBT person could be on, how it goes from like um, being heterosexual to homosexual. You have like the bisexual in the middle, and then top to bottom, there's like asexual, and then sexual. I forgot the word for what was up there, but he was explaining this whole like spectrum and grid of what it means to be LGBT and how everybody falls on it somewhere. And he was explaining his place in it. And I thought it was like really cool to get a better understanding of how complex it is of a spectrum and how people don't necessarily fit into small boxes and how they can be just like anywhere on this thing. And yes, there are labels for different parts of the grid and stuff, but like everybody is on there somewhere. Like I even looked at it and I was able to like figure out kind of where I would be on it, and that was like really cool. Now I would share more of the story that he told me, but I think it was like really personal for me sitting there and just having an open ear and being there to just like not judge at all. That was kind of like what I wanted to go in and do, because I really just wanted to understand more about the process of him coming out, the explanation of what he is, which is really confusing. You know, like you start with, oh, these are my pronouns. Like, and you know, I've never had to do that because I think that like for me, it was always just like my gender is my biological sex. And understanding that for some people that's not true is sometimes hard to understand, because if you're not a part of the culture, it's hard to know like what kind of goes on through their brain. But for this whole thing, like me sitting there and just listening to him tell me his story was really amazing. And I think it taught me a lot about what their culture is in some of the difficulties that they face that I never necessarily had to think about. So that's what I did for this. Thank you.